But
All
parents
right,
matter
Mark,
a lot here on
let's
this.
listen in to the former president.
Some incredible supporters and people that have worked with us for a long time, and we've been here for them. And even a few days ago, we had some of our top people come up, and it's an honor. And we're here today in East Palestine to show our love and support for our fellow Americans and this hour of need, and that's what it is. It was an hour of need, but they've done some incredible work in a very short period of time, and they're getting a lot of credit for it, and they have to be getting credit. We tell you that when they do good, and we tell you when people do bad. Your chief and your police and your mayor and everybody else, they've done incredibly. And Bill, JD's been here for 4 days. I've been watching him every day. JD Vance has been incredible. To the people of East Palestine and to the nearby communities in Ohio and Pennsylvania, we have told you loud and clear, you are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. We stand with you, we pray for you, and we will stay with you in your fight to help answer, and the accountability that you deserve. We'll have that accountability. It'll all be out there very clearly. I want to thank Senator J.D. Vance for being here. I want to thank Congressman Bill Johnson, very special friends of mine. They became really very good friends of mine. I also want to recognize a man who has been working tirelessly for this community since the beginning of the nightmare. And Trent, where's Trent? He's very easy to find. Huh? He's very easy to find. I want to thank you. Thank you very much. I'll call you up in a second. Thank you. Your Mayor, in addition, let me express our tremendous respect and admiration for all of the police and firefighters and first responders, and all over the country there's such heroes, but this was a great example of it because that was a very dangerous looking sight. So I want to thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. 19 days ago, tragedy struck this wonderful village and rocked the lives of people throughout this area, long beyond this area. It's been weeks since Americans have been inspired. They've just watched this over the weeks. They've been inspired by your strength and your courage and how you've come together to stand up for the families in your area and the families of this village and beyond. We've seen the first responders and railroad workers serving bravely in the line of duty. The railroad workers have been really incredible, actually, and they've gone way above the call of duty. We've seen citizens speaking up at the town halls, and we've seen organizations such as the East Palestine Community Foundation rising to the occasion to provide tremendous relief and help to the people that were so badly affected. So I want to thank you all. Fantastic job. Really great. Everybody's been watching. We've all been watching on television and beyond television. We've been getting our news from the real news and from the fake news. And the fake news we even believed in this case because they've covered it very fairly. Over the past few weeks, the community has shown the tough and resilient heart of America, and that's what it is. This is really America right here. We're standing in America. Unfortunately, as you know, in too many cases, your goodness and perseverance were met with indifference and betrayal in some cases. Biden and FEMA said they would not send federal aid to East Palestine under any circumstance. They're not going to send aid. I thought that was a strange statement because I've been working with FEMA for a long time, 4 years, and they were great with us with the tornadoes, the hurricanes, and things like this. And it was a strange statement to come out, and they were doing nothing for you. They were intending to do absolutely nothing for you. JD and I spoke, and they said, they're not coming. They're not going to come. And I said, that's very strange. FEMA said, specifically, this doesn't meet the criteria, and that's horrible, and somebody has to do something for those people. I said back, when I announced that I was coming, they changed their tune. It was an amazing phenomena. The mayor and I were discussing that. It was quite amazing what happened. And they said that we can't let this happen. That was a big change of pace. JD, did you ever see a change like that one? That was a quick, rapid change. But we can't let this happen, they said, and we'll be there. And we opened up the dam, and we got them to move, and they all came in, and they're now pouring you in with help. And I will tell you, I had a great relationship with FEMA. I found FEMA to be incredible, amazing in every way. And we had tremendous luck with the tornadoes and all of the hurricanes and everything else that we had, and they were fantastic, and now they're fantastic here. They could have been 2 weeks earlier, or at least a week earlier, but they decided to do it this way, and I guess it came from the top. And so we have to understand that. You know, it reminded me a little bit, I don't know if you remember when Ohio State wasn't going to be playing football for another season. They were going to sit back and watch with the China virus or COVID, whatever you want to call it. And I called the head of the Big Ten football. I said, you got to get this football open. And they were great. They responded, and Ohio State played that season. Nobody remembers that, I think, right? Does anybody know? You got at least one. You could be close, but by now you still would be close probably. But we got that open very early, and you had a great season of football, to put it mildly. So that was a very great honor, the Big Ten, and that led to the NFL, and it led to most of the rest of football in the country. But you led it through Ohio State and Big Ten, and we got that done. I did that very personally. I called the commissioner, and he did a good job. What this community needs now are not excuses and all of the other things you've been hearing, but answers and results, and that's what I think you're going to say. Norfolk Southern needs to fulfill its responsibilities and obligations, and I see that they're starting to come here now, too, because they also were saying they're not coming. But it means that the affected communities beyond the borders of East Palestine are going to be taken care of, and they've said so, and they've said it loud and clear, and I think they probably mean it. I sincerely hope that when your representatives and all of the politicians get here, including Biden, they get back from touring Ukraine, that he's got some money left over, because we're now at $117 billion, and as you probably know, Europe, when you add it all up, is at about $10 billion. That's a big difference, wouldn't you say? That's one of the things that gets me, because they're at it again. They're very good negotiators, those people in Europe. You know, when you add it all up, it's about the same size as the United States, the economy of the different European countries, and they're at a very small number compared to us. So you'll start working on that, I guess, when you get back. I think J.D. will have that well under. He's listened. He heard that number, but it's a massive difference. It's a very small fraction of what we put up, and it affects them more than us, and they have to do what they have to do. But we're going to find time to come back if necessary. If they don't come back and give you the treatment that you need, we will be back. The Biden administration should ensure that every family has the option of moving and homes and everything else until this thing is straightened out. I do want to especially thank some of the incredible people that helped us, because we're bringing thousands of bottles of water, Trump water, actually, most of it. Some of it we had to go to a much lesser quality water. You want to get those Trump bottles, I think, more than anybody else. But we're bringing a lot of water, thousands of bottles, and we have it in trucks, and we brought some on my plane today. But to that end, I'm pleased to announce that we've helped coordinate the delivery of the water and bottled water, as well as the tractor trailers full of it. We have big tractor trailers full of water. I think you're going to have plenty of water for a long time, maybe. And I want to thank those of you that helped. John Rourke, who's fantastic, Blue Line Moving. Is John here? Hello, John. Good job. Got a lot of trucks coming up with water, right? That's true. You're a fantastic guy. Friend of my son, Don, who's also here. Where's Don? Good job. Did you get him to do that? I think so, huh? He does it on his own. Yeah, he does. He's fantastic. He helps. Thank you very much, John. Appreciate it. Two Fellas Moving Company, and I want to thank the people within the Trump organization that helped us with all of the water. We got it from all of our different hotels, all of our different places, and it was great. They really came together. Also, I want to thank Sandy Pensler and his son, Jonathan Pensler, from Cortex in Michigan, for donating thousands of gallons of cleaning supplies. Thousands and thousands of gallons. Where are you guys? Where are they? Are they here? They're too busy putting it on the truck. But he gave Cortex, if anybody knows the company, it's a very good company, big company, and they're giving tremendous amounts of cleaning supplies, which is what you're going to need. And again, I want to thank Senator Vance, and I want to ask J.D. to come up and say a few words, and then Mayor Conaway. And Marty Grimm will come up and finish it off. Thank you all very much for being here. It's a great honor. It's an honor to help, and you're well on your way. And that was a tragedy, close to an unbelievable tragedy. Could have been really bad. And thank goodness that didn't happen. But you're going to have tremendous help now. And I know FEMA will do the job like nobody can do it like them. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Well, first, President Trump, thanks so much for coming and shining a light on this community. I think the most important thing that we can take from this visit is that we can't forget about the people of East Palestine, because there will be a rebuilding effort. We need to finish the cleanup effort. That's the most important thing. But most of all, we need to make sure that over the next 6 months, over the next year, over the next 2 years, that we don't forget the people of East Palestine who have been affected by this tragedy. You coming up here ensures that we do exactly that. So thank you, sir. It's great to have you. Don, it's great to have you. I just want to say that, you know, I'm from Southern Ohio, and I've got to know this community very well over the last couple of weeks. It's such an honor to be here, and it's such an honor to get to know so many great people. The mayor, the fire chief have done such an incredible job. Senator Ruley, everybody has come together, Congressman Johnson, to make sure that East Palestine is at the top of everybody's priorities. So thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me play some small role in making sure this community survives and thrives. God bless you all. I love you.
We as a community would like to thank President Trump for coming up here, shedding some light on the situation we are currently in. I also have to thank all the elected officials, all the firemen. The firemen saved this city. If it wasn't from them, that might sound like rhetoric, but it really is not. This could have been a very different situation if we wouldn't have had such quality firemen behind us.